Alright, so I'm trying to platinum over 130 of the best single-player story games ever made that were suggested by viewers of the channel. And if I can't do it before hitting 800,000 subscribers, I will yet again lose another platinum challenge, so make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Alright, so today I chose to platinum the hardest game inside of this challenge called Paw Patrol World. Even just hearing myself say it, I just got shivers down my arms because of how long, hard, and mind-bending this platinum trophy is. Paw Patrol World only has 22 trophies including the platinum, but it comes in at a 10 out of 10 difficulty with 50 playthroughs on average and around 900 hours to complete. Now, I actually reading that could not believe it because it's a game about Paw Patrol, which is why that definitely was the right trophy guide. Anyways, the first stage to the Paw Patrol Platinum Trophy is to beat the story like most story games go. However, this game's story is insanely long and split into 4 different worlds. So let's strap in and begin. It first opens with a 34-hour long tutorial scene where you have to spine-bendingly learn how to both move the analog sticks and also jump using X. And we had to learn how to jump twice because it's just that important for this god-awful difficult game. But after completing those time-consuming objectives, you just have to run into the pup treats on the ground, which are one of the collectible types inside of Paw Patrol World. And after grabbing 34,532 of them, the game lets you finish the tutorial and you get the first trophy of the day from doing that. Now, after that absolute challenge, I was almost ready to just shelf the game, but decided to endure for all of you because Dr. Disrespect can't be the only YouTuber trying to get a kid's audience going. He's got a much weirder way of going about it compared to me though. I don't really know what's up with that. Anyways, back to the patrol. We encountered our first major world-ending event. A truck crashed on the town's bridge and was absolutely full of treats and candy that went everywhere. So it's now our duty to save the day and prevent the citizens from getting type 2 diabetes and also cavities. But mostly the first one, we are in America. So playing as Chase, we got the crowd all separated to let us get up close and personal with the catastrophe. But Chase sadly can't do anything else besides yell and complain like most women in modern society, which is why we switched out of him and went to play as Rebel, who was the construction worker dog. And he's also a bit fat, so we just consumed all of the treats and the road is now more clear than my pubicle hairs. Sorry to all the parents who just heard that watching this video with their kids, it's not personal. We then had to go to the game's festival that was happening, and sadly upon our arrival, all of the city's banners had been stolen by an evil man walking around at the corners of the dark alleyways. Also by kittens, which are more evil than anything on this earth according to the Paw Patrol developers. But around 300 hours of playtime later, I got given my first cosmetic item for enduring the torture of the game's time warp we're in. And I also threw it on my homie right here and got a trophy for doing that like I thought I would. I then got tortured with the objective of finding the kitten. And not just any kitten will do, because the game says we must find the kitten, if you know what I'm saying. And not your Discord kitten, you weirdo, an actual one. Which is why it took me around 3 hours and 45 minutes to make my way to this kitten. And I didn't even get there. Oh no, I got stopped by a glaringly red fire hydrant and I decided, hey, why not just piss on it? So I did and got a trophy from that. Typical dog moment, am I right? Next, I finally found the kitten, and it's no shocker we couldn't find the thing. It's all white and blends in with the sidewalk. However, I saw it clearly just run into the bush, but apparently the dog didn't see it go in there. And I've officially come to the conclusion that this is a special needs dog. At least we can get into airports easily now. Anyways, this chase took me a whole day of playing actually to catch up to the little kitten, and we ended up not even catching it in the end. Oh no, instead we just found a banner dropped by the kitty for an alternate festival about cats, and that also led us onto the plot of this game. Evil Mayor Humdinger is trying to set up a festival for cats in a town of dogs. God damn it, that son of a bitch, how dare you. This is the closest thing to violating the 10 Commandments since committing adultery. Oh yeah, I also got a trophy right after from just collecting 100 pup treats like the god tier gamer I am. I also found an emote for the first time. Ever since Fortnite, every single game has to have these now, and it's starting to get a bit much, let's be honest. Next, you'll be telling me that Paw Patrol has a battle pass, and if I see that, I'm gonna lose it. But using an emote did give me a trophy, so that happened. I then had to run around this godforsaken land just repairing and moving festival signs over like 2 feet, because the humans with hands and working fingers apparently couldn't do it, and the dogs with their advanced machinery was the better option to the taxpayers. This is Kamala's America. Next, I chased around a bird named Charlie trying to find it, and would end up finding the thing at the top of a tree. And for some reason, we had to throw up the fire ladder to help a bird who can fly get out of a tree. Make it make sense, game. Oh yeah, I also stopped and helped a child who was drunk not fall over from the dizziness. I have no idea what kind of town this is, but I'm afraid, I'm not gonna lie. And I got a trophy from finishing my first side quest in this game, which is what that just was. The game then had around 43 hours more of these side objectives where we just went around town and helped people do everyday things that they are totally capable of doing, but for some reason they need the help of talking dogs to do it for them. I hate to break it to you all, but dogs, for one, can't operate vehicles, and 2, they can't talk. This game is so unrealistic I can't even be asked with it. Unbelievable I paid $40 to play a game that is just not real.
I am never gonna financially recover from this.
But eventually, after I died inside, I managed to reach the finale of this game's first area, and it was probably the most underwhelming thing that could have ever happened. There was absolutely zero laser aliens wearing thongs shooting fireballs out of miniature cannons, and my brain is now sad. Instead, it just consisted of us using different dogs and unplugging the poor mayor's blimp power source. We really are that guy, I can't believe it. But after making him almost lose power completely, the guy realized he could just fly away, so he did, and off into the sunset, might I add. Also, here's the trophy from that first part of the game. I then went to the second area of the game, which is called the jungle, because it takes place in a jungle and is all about the jungle. Does it make sense? Yes, okay. Well, the only difference here in terms of game is that we aren't in a city. Yeah, the missions are pretty much all the same. The objectives are pretty much all the same. In fact, it's like pretty much the same thing we just did, except a jungle version. She keep it hairy like Caitlin Clark on God. Oh my God! But the last mission in this area was also super similar to the first one. We kind of just chased around the mayor's cat promo blimp, harassing it and trying to make it not show the advertisements. But let's be real, nobody cares what's on blimps anymore, and they never did. You aren't forced to look at them, unlike this YouTube ad you're gonna get right now. And if you didn't get an ad, then fuck you.
Oh, okay, goddamn.
I got 2 trophies during the last mission of this area though. First was from actually collecting 1,000 pup treats, and if we don't get a liposuction after all of that, I fear for the longevity of the Paw Patrol unit. And the second one was just the typical finish area's main story trophy that we got in the first area. Basically, it's the story trophy, okay? It's the story trophy for this area. The third and second to last area of the game is up next now, and it takes place in the snow world, or actually at a ski resort, which is kind of pretty cool. Sadly, it features the same formula as the previous 2 areas, and you just have to do fetch quests for around 54 hours before making it to the finale of the area, which is again very similar to the other 2 we just did. And as a matter of fact, it's the same challenge as the first one, where you just unplug cables from the mayor's blimp. Creativity, I'm rating 0 out of 10 for the Paw Patrol game. Please try better next time if you're gonna make me pay $40 for this game. I could have literally spent that $40 and put it towards a Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. Come on now, you tell me the better purchase. Also, please subscribe, thank you. Oh yeah, I also got a trophy from that final snow mission. I forget if I said that or not, who knows. This game's grind is so long and hard, I forgot. Anyways, I made it to the final area of the game, which is just in another city, except this time it's in more of an actual city opposed to a little village like the first area of the Paw Patrol universe. But you again just do the same objectives over and over until a final fight against the evil Catman. And the fight isn't even in this area. Oh no, we have to go back to the first one for the final showdown. And the final showdown just has us unplug the blimp, but for the final time. I gotta see the Paw Patrol developer room drawing this one up, because Lord have mercy, that was unique. And yeah, here's that final story trophy. Total time to get was 670 hours. But for the remaining trophies and 300 hours of playtime, we still have to go back and do even more missions and get quite a few collectibles. There is 10 side missions per area and like 10 collectibles in each area as well. So the first trophy I got was after I played a flashback mission. There's 4 of these total, and they are just themed alternate missions you can do that were rewarded to us after finishing each of the main game's areas. There is also another trophy from finishing all 4 of these, but thanks to the single comment on this game's trophy guide, I actually just replayed the same one 4 times to get that trophy instead of playing all 4, because I wanted to see if he was telling the truth, to be honest. I then began the real cleanup of Paw Patrol World, and while chasing down collectibles, I ended up playing with 15 objects unconsensually, and expect a court hearing in the coming days. And then about 45 more hours passed of me running around collecting everything before I finally reached the very ending of the game and got a bunch of collectible trophies. First was called Mail Time, and it's from collecting mail from every mailbox in the game. Reverse Flash of Amazon Prime, if you will. I then gathered every single pup token. There was one for each pup on every level, and they're actually super easy to find because they are bigger than my schlong and glow brighter than my future. I then went into the customization settings of the game and threw a sticker on a postcard real fast for the only easy trophy in this great game. While here, I also put the pirate hat on one of the dogs and got a trophy for that because the Paw Patrol developers are obsessed with pirates, and I wish I pirated this game. I still want my $40 back. I then actually got a double trophy pop. First for getting every single customization item in the game, which is gotten from filling up this meter with pup tokens. And I also got a trophy for playing with 50 items in the game along with it. I then only had one more trophy left to get, and it was from finishing every single side quest in this game. By the way, the same 10 side quests get copy and pasted from each area, and I think I died inside doing this even more than I was already before. But I finally finished the last one I needed to right here, and got the trophy along with the Platinum Trophy pop. So that was the Paw Patrol Platinum Trophy experience. I gotta say, this game is probably one of the hardest I've ever played in my entire life, and I don't suggest anyone try to do what I've done because it's simply not possible for anybody else. Also, it costs $40 to play, and I would rather you guys spend your money on more valuable things like therapy. Rating Paw Patrol's Platinum Trophy out of 10, I'm gonna give it a -45, and yeah. I was gonna say something, but I don't think I can say that on YouTube, so goodbye.